a minute since we have uploaded anything to my channel.
One quick minute.
Yeah, and we've just been really busy, so we're kind of here to explain ourselves and talk about Seattle a little bit. So yeah, so we've recently moved. That's why things have been so crazy. We've been trying to find places, and we're in an empty apartment right now, which is why it might sound a little echoey.
It's pretty empty.
It's pretty empty, yes. Yeah, moving kind of definitely wore me out.
Oh my god.
The pace of Seattle is really, really quick, which I didn't know. You didn't know.
No, we had no idea. Basically, the way that like the laws are set up is like you have 10 days at the beginning of the month to find a place, and if you don't find one, then you wait till next month, and then you hope to get one that month, and if you don't get one that month, then you find a friend's couch to stay on. So we were scrambling, but we found one. So we're not homeless, which is great.
But yeah, it's really great, and it's hard to find what you're looking for too, because people jump on it so quickly.
Oh my god.
And you have to be approved for things to get apartments, whatever. But also, it's extremely expensive in Seattle.
Crazy expensive. Like, we're from Wisconsin, and it's just like laughable. It's just laughable compared to like what we paid.
Yeah.
Really, I mean, like anywhere kind of, but it's just growing so quickly that everyone wants to be here, and landlords know that, so they're like, oh, let's just up the price. Before we moved to Seattle, we made a budget of $1,200 a month, so $600 a piece, and that's not doable in Seattle. For a 2-bedroom, it's impossible.
Unless you want to live in a garbage can.
Like actual size and dimensions of garbage can. Or like, unless you like, somehow find like through word of mouth, like some guy that hasn't upped the rent price in 20 years because he just is kind of out of touch.
Yeah.
It's either that or garbage can. Or pay at least $1,500 a month. If you're talking like close to Seattle, $2,000 a month easy.
But I mean, technically, we're not in Seattle. We're a little outside of Seattle.
Which was I think like a little hard for us because we were like
had really wanted to stay in Seattle.
We did, but we just couldn't.
We just couldn't, and it was just too expensive. Our commute's still not bad to work because we both work downtown, but it's still expensive. So we're paying. How much are we paying? $1,800? $1,600. Sorry. We're paying around $1,600, give or take, a little more or less every month.
So yeah, we've moved. We're here. We're good, but obviously we've done things outside of that for the past 3 months. I'm working, which is great, as a freelance video editor and animator for a marketing and PR company in downtown Seattle, which is super cool. Really, the only thing bad about it is that it's inconsistent hours since I'm freelance technically. So if there's no work to be done, then I don't go in and I don't get paid, which is really unfortunate. But I work with really, really awesome people, and it's like in my field. I really can't complain about that at all. So yeah, if I was like full time with them, life would be like a dream right now. But it's not quite there yet. But
it's only been 3 months.
It's only been 3 months.
So for me, I guess both of us, we were job hunting forever, and finally I got a job at like a Nordstrom at a makeup counter, and I've really been enjoying it. It's been a really fun experience, but really stressful at the same time, just because we have a lot going on. Just kind of adapting to the place, but also adapting to a new job and a new house now. It's kind of a lot to take on, but it's super duper fun, and it's just kind of, it hasn't hit me yet. I still feel like I'm in that boat where I still am just going since college ended, so it hasn't hit me that like this is like what it's gonna be like, or there's so many things I can do now. Yeah.
Right, like I don't think we're so settled that we're like, oh, what should we do this weekend?
Yeah,
like,
oh my gosh,
no.
Yeah, we're not, I mean, I wouldn't even say that we're settled at all. We have a table with no chairs.
We got that for free. Thanks, Lance.
Thanks. But we don't have anything in here. Like, we both kind of still are sleeping on inflatable beds, and
yeah,
it's just empty, and it's hard that because we need to like gain all the things that we've already sold
to be here.
To be here. So it's definitely give and take. As far as my mental state, it's just been super busy. I don't feel extremely homesick yet. We can kind of talk about this a little bit. Do you want to talk about the homesick?
Yeah.
Okay. So as far as my mental state goes, like I said, it hasn't really hit me, and I don't feel extremely homesick by any means yet, but when I stop to think about it, I get homesick for sure. But mentally, I think I'm okay.
Yeah.
At the moment.
Which is great.
Which is good.
Which is like, I don't know, I'm like impressed, I'm amazed.
Which is okay, but I'm gonna get there.
Eventually, maybe.
Eventually, yeah.
Yeah, I definitely like wasn't doing quite as well as strong Rachel here.
Okay. All right.
I know. Well, no. So we moved like to this other place in Seattle, and then like 3 days later, I went home for my brother's wedding. So we moved to like this empty place, this nice place, but empty and farther. And then I left, and I got to see my whole family, and everyone was so happy. And it was like a wonderful, wonderful time home. And then after like a travel nightmare to even get home, back here to Seattle, I came back to like our sad, sort of empty place. And so it's like, that was like a really difficult thing to experience, like to have those two, like super, super happy hometown experience next to like coming back to this. It was really, really difficult. Like the perspective that it put things into was like, not great. So I wasn't like in really like a great place when I came back. And so it's difficult like in a way that we knew that it was going to be difficult. But I don't think I knew what it meant. Like when I say like difficult, like what does that even mean? Like that means thinking of how I can start a career for myself in my hometown because I should move back there today. Like that's what that means, and it's not. It's just like thinking about it now, it's like silly. It's like no, like La Crosse, Wisconsin is a wonderful town, but it's not like where I built my career. So to be thinking of ways to do that and like be kind of serious about it, like in that moment is like, I don't know.
It's a scary place to be.
It's a scary place, and like the way that it feels is not a way that you can, I don't think, prepare for.
Yeah.
And that's not something that I understood before I moved at all. So like, yeah, it's gonna be so hard, you miss your family, but like what that means is that you are thinking of putting everything you own in your car right away and then like just leaving, which is not a good thing to do necessarily.
Yeah. It's also really hard to see friends because there's like a lot of people that, just stayed back home. They're doing jobs in Minneapolis or Madison, whatever, but it's really hard to see them get together and like have an amazing time
For real.
over social media, and we're not even close to that state
Right.
of going out and having a good time.
No.
So it's kind of hard to see that on my end at least.
Yeah.
People that you really care about and you want to like go out with, and you can't.
And like do something familiar that you're like, oh, let's just go do this. We've done this before. We know it's gonna be fun and easy. And that's not a thing that we have here currently.
Yeah, so that's kind of hard. But so far, I think Seattle has been treating us pretty good. It's just been a little stressful, and we've just been trying to get our shit together for the most part.
For real.
And trying to figure out housing situations and
just like how to live here. Yeah.
How to live. It's been a tiring summer, but like so awesome and so fun so far.
Right.
Yeah.
And yeah, definitely. Even after like that first little bout of homesickness, I'm now like, oh my god, like that would have been so dumb to go back home. Like I'm already stronger like for that. Like I'm already a more well-rounded human being.
Thank
like we both
God.
are.
Yeah.
Thank God I didn't just leave, right?
Thank God. We're hoping to do a couple more vlogs. We just need to get situated and figure our stuff out.
For real.
But once that kind of happens, we'll definitely do some more videos. I know there were some comments that weren't so nice about us not getting uploaded videos, so we're working on it. It's just been a little crazy here. So
crazy.
hopefully you learned something from this. If you have any questions, definitely leave them in the comment bar below. We'll definitely answer them and try to help you out. I know a lot of people are trying to move to Seattle, so any information can help.
Yeah, or just moving away from home in general.
Yeah.
Like.
Okay, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you, and we will see you in our next video.
Woo!
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, we gotta redo that. That was like weird.
Hands down.